ERA just over 3. These Diamondbacks look for a sweep this afternoon against the New York Mets. Looking to move even closer to 500. That's the ultimate goal. It's the Mets, it's the Diamondbacks, all the action on Fox Sports Arizona. Hello there, folks. A midweek's greeting, one and all. He's Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. Welcome back to the ballpark. Arizona going for a sweep today, Gracie, against these New York Mets. Let's go all the way back, though. We all got together, barbecued, shot off fireworks on July the 4th.
Right.
Since July the 4th, the Diamondbacks, much more respectable, much more improved.
Oh, they're playing good baseball, and there's for a lot of reasons. A lot of young players have come up and really done well at the big league level. They're not only proving that they belong here, but they're proving that they should be playing a lot. So the Diamondbacks are getting good efforts offensively, getting very good efforts from their bullpen, and the starters are still solid.
So that's certainly something that is encouraging. Now, a lot of times when we come on the air like this, we don't get to the guys that work at the end, kind of the guys that work without a lot of recognition, the bullpen. But right now, there's a couple of guys that I know you want to talk about.
Well, Esmerling Vasquez comes to mind, and then, of course, Juan Gutierrez and Big John Roush. These guys have been so good since the All-Star break, and there's another huge reason for the Diamondbacks' success in the second half. Big John Roush in the 8th inning has been lights out. Esmerling Vasquez and Juan Gutierrez, I don't know if they were really depended on earlier in the year to get big outs, but that's exactly what they've done, Darren. They've come in and gotten huge outs. We saw Vasquez last night. We've seen Gutierrez get some big outs here in the second half, and of course, Big John Roush just continuing to shine. He has been almost untouchable here in the second half.
I'll tell you what, if you and I got together in spring training and you were going to tell me that about John Roush, was barely breaking 85 in spring, losing all confidence, a lot of credit to John Roush, the turnaround he has had. Well, the sweep, you hope, is right around the corner. Glad to have you with us when we come back. Mark McClune with his own version of, what is this here? The T.O. Show on Fox Sports Arizona? I thought we already had the Eric Burns Show. Yes, the official power partner of the Diamondbacks, and by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to Southwest.com, grab your bag. It is on.
And welcome back to downtown Phoenix. The Arizona Diamondbacks going for the sweep of the New York Mets. Mark McClune back with you on the field, getting you set for the TO show. We're not talking about football. We are talking about what rookie Aussie Trent Olgin has done over the first 5 games. 4 hits again last night, a home run shy of the cycle, and really put on a show with the speed. Even made a great defensive play. The triple brought the fans to their feet, and the double equally as exciting. Trent Olgin stepped to the plate in the 8th inning with a home run shy of the cycle. Just hit a bullet right up the middle for his 4th hit of the night. And as we take a look at the numbers since expansion in 1961, Trent Olgin is in some pretty tall company. The most hits, tied for the most hits of anybody in big league history. And he was all smiles expectedly in the clubhouse after the game.
Every day I still pinch myself, say, is this real or is it still a dream? And, I just couldn't be happier. I'm enjoying every second and having a lot of fun. I thought the crowd was going to boo me afterwards when I got a single, but no, it was unreal. I got a standing ovation for that last at-bat, and that's something you dream about. It was awesome. The crowd tonight was great.
And Olgin once again in the lineup today, hitting leadoff as the D-backs try to break out the brooms and beat the Mets. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call. John Garland takes the hill, and it's next on Fox Sports Arizona.
Mark Grace and Darren Sutton along with you. Thanks for inviting us into your living room. And it's been a tough run of late for Jerry Manuel. A very depleted roster, no doubt about it. Knows that he's been trotting out there lately, not winning at all. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the New York Mets. Former Rocky Corey Sullivan, bench guy Alex Cora, who has been hot, but he's playing all the time. David Wright off yesterday. Gary Sheffield in the starting lineup, certainly worth watching. Francoeur red hot. Fernando Tatis, Omir Santos, Anderson Hernandez, and Oliver Perez, a pretty good hitting pitcher. 29-year-old right-hander John Garland, a native of Valencia, California. John this year 6-10 with a 4.33, but in his last 11 starts, including a hiccup last time out, his ERA 3.15.
Yeah, he's been terrific. As another guy we were talking about in the second half, especially, Darren. This guy has just taken the baseball and given a quality outing just about every time. You mentioned his last start, a bit of a hiccup, but really I thought he threw the ball very well in Washington, D.C. A couple of blunders behind him cost him.
There's no doubt. And afterwards, he took a bit of the blame as we are underway at Chase Field. Glad to have you with us. First pitch is high to Corey Sullivan. Garland speaking of Gerardo Parra, who had a tough night in center field behind him, saying, yeah, but I elevated the ball as well, so let's Let's not go looking to him. Balls were scorched. He was unable to make plays, but he feels bad enough. I should have made better pitches. And he is making much better pitches here at home, and I think that's a big key for John, as that one is into the seats and a souvenir. The veteran right-hander's first 6 starts at Chase Field, maybe it creeped into his head a little bit. His ERA nearly 9. His last 5 starts here, 3 3/4. That's just fine.
He's got over that mental hurdle.
Change up. Sticking with it somehow is Weitzel. An interesting way to play it, but he played it. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense for the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's beyond getting handcuffed. It's Roberts, it's Parra, it's Holchin and Wright. Reynolds, Ojeda, Ryle, and Weitzel. Rusty Ryle gets his first big league start, and John Garland works with Chris Snyder. Interesting, Grayson.
Yeah, when you're a big wide body like Josh Weitzel, it's tough to get a ball past you. Somehow, some way, keeps it in front and takes it himself.
So now Alex Cora, right there on the bottom tier of the strike zone. Well, you go back for Cora 4 days ago in San Diego, hitter's ballpark, not at all. It's a pitcher's ballpark, and so many home runs go to die. And of all things occurred, Cora homered there. That ended a drought of 415 at bats for Alex without a long ball. He's playing a lot more than I think he planned on as well this year, Gracie, with Jose Reyes on the DL.
When you sign on to be a backup to Jose Reyes, well, you're planning on playing once every week or 10 days. But with Reyes down, and down for a long time, they really don't know when he's going to be able to come back. Now he's getting the brunt of the playing time.
Been at it for an awful long time. 1-2 the count. They play him the other way, as you saw a moment ago. That's over the outside corner. Got him looking, strike 3. A fastball with a little bit of dive to it. Like Everett said, it got enough of the play.
Quite a bit of tail. It starts in the middle of the plate, tails to the outside. Cora thought it was a little bit too wide. That's a pretty good sized strike zone right there.
No, you bet. You bet it's a good sized strike zone. Well, here's David Wright. Was a pinch hitter, struck out last night. He's hitting 16 of his last 21, hitting .342 during that time. That one grabs the outside corner. 0-1 the count. What does he throw, you might ask? Well, a fastball, and it averages about 90. Changeup, cut fastball. He really worked this spring to add that in more. He didn't throw it as much earlier. An occasional slider. The curveball's a slow curveball.
Well, I think pitchers, they see how teammates and they see how others are successful, Darren. They've seen the success that Dan Herron has had with his cut fastball. And I think they say, well, gosh, here's a guy that 2 years ago didn't even have a cutter.
Right.
Now it's one of his go-to pitches. So even veteran guys can come up with a new bag of tricks once in a while.
2-1 the count to the all-star David Wright. Base hit right field. Fastball in, just let it travel. Nice easy inside-out swing. So that .322 batting average will go up.
Just not trying to do too much. Takes the fastball. It's pretty much down the middle. Lets it travel. Drives it the other way. Reminds me a lot of Andrew Jones right there. Letting it travel like that. Driving it to right field.
Well, as Gary Sheffield gets ready to go to work, not really at all like Andrew Jones.
No?
No.
Okay.
Well, he tends to swing as the pitcher lifts his leg in the stretch.
That top hand's flying right about now.
Well, he's battled injuries, and this year he'd hope to play more. Obviously, without the DH, your legs have got to be in good shape. But Sheff again this year, 10 homers, 38 RBIs.
Still a threat with the bat in his hand. You make a mistake to him, and you still hit a long ways. Still not a pitch you can throw by him that he can't pull.
Pop that one up. .509 career home runs. And you start talking about what he has accomplished throughout his career, it's been pretty darn incredible. It's a guy that also has nearly 2,700 hits. How about that? Happy birthday. Beer for Dad. That's great.
That should be at the top of the list.
Well, happy 13th birthday. That's wonderful. Those some good seats, too.
Very good seats. Kind of where you sit.
Well, I do. They play him to pull Sheffield. The entire right side is open because he pulls it all the time. Reynolds around the bag, throw high, off the bag comes Weitzel. So Sheffield didn't take it for granted. A very slow roller. Reynolds kind of wrapped around the bag to go get that ball, and it's ruled a hit.
Well, Reynolds has to come in from the third base line. He makes the throw. It looks like Josh up in the air and just couldn't get back down in time, it looks like. Close play.
So now Jeff Francoeur. Francoeur on a roll. Had a nice night last night. And one of these Met hitters that is not struggling at all offensively as he takes that pitch in. Jeff, 7-game hitting streak, hitting .458 over that time. He had a triple and a homer last night. And not a good matchup for John Garland. Francoeur 5 for 8 against him with a homer. So a tough time to not be able to make a play on a slow ground ball. Francoeur to right field, long run still going. Diving play! Out taking ground balls and fly balls, getting to know right field all by himself before the game was Trent Olchen, making sure he was ready for his assignment. I'll say he's ready.
To energy. This kid has just been electric since his arrival in the big leagues.
And he, as we mentioned, has played plenty of right field, just not here in the big leagues in this ballpark. He played in Reno this year, right field, 20 times. Played in left field 72 times, but has plenty of assignments in the minors throughout his long career in the minor leagues. The pitcher, Oliver Perez, will set the entire lineup for you. And isn't it always the case? The guy who has 12 hits in his first 5 games always leads off the next inning after he makes a great play.
It seems like that happens every time, Darren.
Oliver, you can see a tough year for him as he shoots that one away.
Only not many guys get 12 hits in the first 5 games.
No, not many have. As a matter of fact, going back, as Mark McClune just told us, to the beginning of expansion, that's matching the highest total ever. As that one is fouled off. Well, an assignment against the left-hander, and this is a little bit of a different look, certainly. We'll see how Trent can handle it.
He's becoming quite a favorite here, and well deserved. He's been terrific.
Bouncing ball, hot shot right to Fernando Tatis. He seemed ready for that one. A bolt, and Olchin is erased. Nice play by Tatis. Let's take a look at the rest of the starting lineup for A.J. Hinch, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Beyond the Australian is Augie Ojeda. It's Roberts. It's Reynolds with an 0 for last night. Gerardo Parra, Chris Snyder in there. Rusty Ryle getting his first major league start at second base. Josh Weitzel and John Garland.
That was a bolt right at Fernando Tatis. Makes the play. One quick out.
1-0 the count to Augie Ojeda. Well, in August, he's played in 7 games. He's got 8 hits and he's got 6 walks. So in those 7 games, he's been on base 14 times. This one's popped up. Should be a souvenir. Boy, ready to give away an early first inning contract, and a nice play by a fan down there.
Dropped it.
Just awful. I guess he's the only one that's getting one so far.
That was down there in Thunder Dan Marley territory.
1-1 the count. And just a terrible play by Dan. Augie Ojeda drives it over the left center field net toward the wall. It goes. Augie high on that wall, racing on around. Augie taking it out 3. A triple for Augie Ojeda. Got into these boys.
Well, Augie, always a fan favorite as well. Maybe thinking, hey, this Australian's getting all the attention. I want to join back in. So instead of Aussie, we'll just say Augie, Augie, Augie.
Boy, boy, boy.
He's the veteran. He can still get around the bases pretty well.
Second triple this year. The Diamondbacks, along with the Colorado Rockies, one of their foes in the West, lead the National League in triples.
Tell you what, he put about 405 feet worth of long ball into that one, Darren.
That's a drive. That's an Augie Ojeda drive, no doubt about
put
that.
A charge into that one. Ryan Roberts in the 3-hole. Just a bunch of dirty uniforms here. I love that.
How do you say that?
Already Olchin and Augie already dirty. Man, it ain't even 1 o'clock yet.
Big hack, and it's fouled straight back off the bat of Ryan Roberts.
See, in this situation, Darren, if you're Ryan Roberts, don't need a big hack like that. Just put a quick swing on it. All it takes is a little fly ball. Augie's got good speed. Just a medium deep fly ball. Put it in play somewhere.
Infield comes in, maybe a step back of the dirt. Give themselves a little bit more range, but certainly in. As that one is fouled off, got a piece there, and he'll go down in a pile. Omir Santos. That's a early piece of pain. Looked like got him in the shoulder area.
You got that little piece right there that protects the throwing shoulder, but I think that ball missed that protected spot. Home plate umpire Mike Everett going to give him a break. Let's see where it got him. And it got the padding, but still, that is a very valuable piece for a catcher, is that throwing shoulder.
If you remember late in the ball game, C.B. Buckner got one pretty clean as well behind home plate.
Staggered him pretty good last night.
So everything, and Mike Everett, as you've spoken of, everything pulls back together. Everett comes out, buys a bunch of time. Chris knows what that's like. Infield remains in. Do it one more time.
Tell you what, Ryan Roberts not getting cheated at all. Swinging hard.
We've seen those hard swings remain, but Gracie, he has shown really good power. Look at how they're playing him in the outfield with regard to that. He's shown really good power to right center, and they're starting to really cheat over there. Corey Sullivan, look at that. Left center field's wide open. So they pitch him in. Nowhere close. 2-2 the count. Perez, 55 innings pitched this year, 49 walks, 51 strikeouts. In his career, 5 walks per 9 innings. Never pitched 200 innings in a season, and that's one reason why. All those walks. A boatload of walks. He can strike you out now. He's got a strikeout per inning of work in his career.
You see back-to-back pitches missed badly. That time Santos had to come out of his crouch to save the wild pitch.
We got to stay focused when you're facing a guy like this.
He can get you anytime. He's got the ability to strike anybody out. He just works slowly. You just have to stay focused, as you said. Got him. Chase ball 4. Big swings there from Ryan Roberts.
Yeah, really big
guy
swing.
On 3rd and less than 2.
On 2 strikes, no doubt about it. Here is Mark Reynolds. Reynolds went into Citi Field. Well, he shrunk it basically. He had 4 homers in 3 games. That is the most of any visiting player. Most of the guys on the list have already played about 6 times there. A rare 0 for last night with what he has done in the second half, proving he's human. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. His good buddy David Wright prep stars together in Virginia. He did not go around, says Brian Gorman. Albert Pujols did hit a home run last night in a losing cause for St. Louis. So Pujols with 37 and then Mark with 36. The major league leaders in home runs.
Well, you got a good pitch to hit there, and he's a little tardy.
Mark, not a lot of power hitters are like this. Not one of those guys that skews much more successfully against left-handed pitchers. He just isn't.
No.
1-1 the count. There are some that just have to have their lefties, right-handed power hitters. Well, do you see how far Santos was set up inside there?
A good 6 inches inside. I'd be shocked if they just give in and throw a bunch of hittable strikes to Reynolds with the left-handed hitting Parra on deck.
You're on to something there, no doubt about it. Watch Santos again at home, folks.
Sitting way inside. You can see they're trying to get Mark Reynolds because of the strikeouts. Trying to get Mark Reynolds to chase something out of the zone. So far, Reynolds hadn't done it. That's a really good take right there. That was a pretty good pitch. Tough to lay off.
He actually didn't get it where he wanted to, and you're right, that made it even more tantalizing. I think he wanted to bury it back knee. 3-1 the count. Santos again way inside. They pitched right around it. No way am I letting him beat us.
Gerardo Parra going to get an opportunity here. That's not unexpected right there. Instead of putting the 4 fingers up and walking him, Darren, I guess Jerry Manuel, well, my pitcher, he walks over 5 per inning. I guess he can just probably walk him on his own.
And he obliged, keeping his skipper happy. Put him right on. Right even with the bag at third. Playing him to pull in the infield, outfield just about straight for Parra. The pitch is low. 1-0 the count. 295 homers, 43 batted in to lead all rookies in Major League Baseball. Those 43 RBIs. Those are good numbers, huh? 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Augie tripled. He's still standing at third. Mark is at first. Oh, nice take, 2-0.
That's a tough pitch to lay off. You're looking fastball. You get a pretty well executed slider and you're still able to lay off of it. Now, Parra should get, by laying off that pitch there, Darren, he should get the fastball he wants to hit here. And he is a very good fastball hitter.
Yeah, throw him a breaking ball here on 2-0. Fastball.
Took a little bit off of it, maybe a little cutter, something to that effect.
2-1 the count. In 04, won 12 games. In 07, won 15. In 08, won 10. Has never pitched 200 innings in a season. He's been a Pirate, a Padre, and now a New York Met.
There's the slider there. Very well done by Perez.
2-2 the count. But walks. Walks have been the bugaboo. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. There we go. Good looking sign there. Over the outside corner, he got him with a fastball.
While you enjoy the game, we remind you to stay indoors.
That big 80s night, we want you to get ready for Saturday night. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's like 11:59 on New Year's Eve, and midnight is Saturday. I feel like it's that close.
Well, it's really not very close yet.
Anyway, text to 36929, your favorite 80s band.
It's Wednesday
The
afternoon.
Police, A. Van Halen, B. Duran Duran, C. Or The Clash, D. 80s night, Saturday night. The Governor.
Oh, wow. There's some good choices there. That was back when MTV still played music videos.
I remember those
Remember
days.
that?
I remember those days.
It was tough to beat Van Halen's Hot for Teacher.
Van Halen.
That was a big league video
really,
right there.
really.
Or
The 1-0. Fernando Tatis, a fly ball. Laid on it. So it's a souvenir. The Clash sneaking onto that list. That's kind of a sneaky dark horse.
that's a little old British punk.
Mm-hmm. Big Clash fan there.
Yeah. Joe Strummer. Late great Joe Strummer. No longer with us. Nice pitch there from Garland. Good sinker right underneath the hands of Tatis. Duran Duran. I know you're a big Duran Duran guy. We all were.
Yes. Save a prayer for me now. We're going to dial it back a bit with Save a Prayer.
Her name is Rio.
2-2 the count. Well,
The Reflex. Flex, 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 flex.
3-2 the count. So, and then of course the Police, huge band in the 80s. So who do you vote for? I mean, it's
message in a bottle.
It's almost like, with regard to 80s night and kind of our anticipation, the alarm clock's already gone off, and I've hit snooze, and when it goes off again, it's Saturday. I mean, that's really where we're at.
Well, let's be honest. We're still really not all that close. Not at all, as a matter of fact. It's Wednesday afternoon. Long time till Saturday.
That is a walk. So a nice patient at bat for Fernando Tatis. We've got a couple of other bands that didn't make the cut, but were fringe bands, very popular bands that we're going to share with you. Boy George and the Culture Club. I know Matty Williams likes certainly a lot of their greatest hits. Time Won't Give Me Time. The Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Very good 80s band.
Got to fight for your right. That was another great video. Some great acting.
So some good memories there.
Pies in the face.
0-1 the count to Omir Santos. So text along with us.
I think you should. Well, for me, of those four, I think I'm going to go with Van Halen.
Me too.
I think I'm going with Van Halen there. That's more the Clash. I like them a lot.
I liked all of them.
Yeah, all of them were good. I had all, well, those are back in the cassette tape days. I had all the cassettes. Eddie and David Lee Roth. Jump.
Oh, my goodness. 0-1 the count. John looking for a ground ball here. He got it. Does he get 2 outs? Reynolds. Now on the first. Goes a little bit high. That time, Josh Weitzel stretched out plenty. And again, we keep an eye on AAA second baseman starting in the big leagues, Rusty Ryle, with the turn there.
Really nice play on the in-between hop. The flag there from Reynolds. The good feed on Ryle. The Tatis bearing down on him. Turns it. You called for the ground ball. You got it, Darren Sutton. Nicely done again by John Garland, who is a double play machine this year.
20 double plays already this year. Now you talk about getting a double play when you need it. It's just the ability, and that wasn't a fastball. Usually, folks, when he gets, and Gracie, when he gets that double play, it's with that sinker. That was a slider. 1-0 the count to Anderson Hernandez, who flips that one into the seats. Of course, John Garland, unfortunately, tying into it's almost Saturday, our theme of, actually feels like it is Saturday.
Well, not all that close to that.
He can't really participate in a full sense. He was born a couple of months, well, too early. September 1979 is when John was born. The 1-1. Now, I say this to a lot of our viewers and to you, and I'll include myself certainly. This isn't a did you play with Babe Ruth kind of question that I'll ask you. When you hear that, and this guy's been around for a long time, and you hear that he was born in 1979, folks out there, doesn't that make all of us feel old?
Yep, that hurts. 15 years after me. A veteran that's just now turning 30.
That's stunning. That pitch is fouled off. In.
I don't know about you, Darren. My phone's starting to blow up about some of the bands that were left off.
Well, some of our colleagues.
Yeah. I mean, some friends, some family members, like, hey, you know, what about Aerosmith?
Good one.
You know, hey, good change up there. Here's one. Here's one from a friend of the show. What about Def Leppard?
Oh, very good one. A friend of yours asking about that one. Pitches in. Armageddon.
And there's Def Leppard.
Great band.
Pyromania.
Oh, what about Rat? Out of the cellar. That one is in, 3-2 the count. And I'll tell you, this is more pop, guys, and I'll be honest.
4 more by Rat.
Oh, you viewers out there, this is more pop, but I'd vote for Huey Lewis in the News.
Ah, there's a good one. There's a real good one.
Bouncing ball, Weitzel. Garland to the bag.
Oh, keep texting me, folks.
I just got one from Gonzo.
From Gonzo?
Yeah, we'll hear. Double play, and I'm telling you, supposedly votes are already just flying in. Van Halen's off to an early lead. The Police, the Clash. Well, we love the Clash up here, but the truck really made a mistake, I guess, in selecting them. Chris Snyder to lead it off. It's hard not to, isn't it? I mean, drift into the 80s, you know, for a lot of our viewers, I would imagine there. And we look ahead to Saturday night.
Right around the corner.
Is it Saturday?
No.
Okay.
No, it's Wednesday afternoon.
Well, if you're watching the re-air, it just might be Saturday. And you won't want to miss what happens, by the way, a little bit later on. It is good. Memorable. You'll be talking about it for weeks. 1-1 the count. Chris at 208, 6 homers, 22 RBIs. Here in August, 1 for 15. And hit just 184 here at home. Rusty Ryle waits on deck. Pops that one up and over toward the press box it goes, and oh my goodness, it's
not again.
They almost got it. They almost got it up there, the Mets fans. I was hoping they'd get it. Now, can we give a contract out to a Mets fan?
No.
Oh,
nope.
Okay. Well,
you just put it right in the backpack there, and he's good to go.
that pitch is low. The only thing it would be better if you had one of those waistband packs.
Yeah, like hikers have, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. Whoa! ZZ Top, another good 80s band.
Very good one.
Yeah.
Inside, Chris earns a walk. And here come the walks again. That's the second of the ball game. Rusty Ryle the other night called to the big leagues. Immediately, Albert ascends. First big league at bat. First big league hit is dead. Mark Ryle played in the big leagues. Eric Burns. Now what's going on here?
Eric, did Burns, he throws first hit into the crowd?
Just a sleight of hand for Eric Burns.
Okay.
Looking forward to that rehab assignment.
Yeah, don't ever let Burnsy get his hands on your first major league hit. You know, it was off of Elmer Descends, you know, and you write the name of the guy that you got your hit off of. You know, Eric Burns might put Elmer Fudd or something like that for the guy that, you know, just shenanigans.
Ryle out of how about that? Big 2 for 3 in the big league. Snyder on around a double. First big league hit the other night. First big league double there for Rusty Ryle, who this year down in AAA hit 17 homers and drove in 70.
I mean, that was an absolute rope down the left field line. He got a fastball he could handle and just crushed it past David Wright at third base. He hit it so hard. Chris Snyder had to stop at third as Sheffield played it beautifully in left field, but the Diamondbacks cooking up a brew here in the bottom of the second and third, nobody out, and Josh Weitzel with an opportunity.
See if Josh can get it done.
Well, you need something positive to happen here. You got the pitcher on deck in Garland, who's hitting .083. So something needs to happen here with Weitzel.
Did he on the breaking ball? No, he didn't, says C.B. Buckner upon appeal. That was close.
Oliver Perez not real happy with that call. I think Weitzel might have got away with something there. I know your guy's always been a big believer in Oliver Perez. Well, he's just had stardom written all over him. I know, like I said, you've always been in his corner. It's just hasn't really happened in a Mets uniform for him.
That pitch is high. Well, with regard to that, going back to the non-call by C.B. Buckner, when you're throwing it all over the ballpark and you have umpires even on their heels, you're just not going to get much help, even on check swings. I'm a big believer.
And I'm a big believer in a 3-0 green light.
Takes it right down the middle.
The walk doesn't really help you all that much here, Darren.
I agree.
All it does is set up a possibility for a ground ball double play with the pitcher on deck. So if I'm A.J. Hinch, I'm really wanting some kind of contact out of Weitzel in this at bat. Oh, that's a good slider there, and that's the thing. By taking the 3-0 hammer shot, now you open the door for Perez to get the strikeout. He is a strikeout pitcher.
Garland waits on deck. Bouncing ball, diving play right. He'll lift the runner back and throw it on across. Snyder stays put.
Beautiful play by Wright. Snyder looked like he was gonna come home, and then he stopped. Wright makes a nice play to save a run, possibly two.
Well, now you're starting to ask for more. You have a pitcher here, and then behind him a left-handed hitter, though a red-hot left-handed hitter facing a lefty in Trent Olchen. So here we go. Let's see if the Diamondbacks can muster up something with a leadoff walk and then a double to follow. Second and third, nobody out. One out now, and the pitch, I guess, in 1-0 the count. John 4 for 48 this year. 104 career hitter with a homer back in 2006 in interleague play. One and one to count.
And he was swinging a near pitch out there.
Oliver Perez this year, and it goes along with his consistent struggles. Perez with no one on base. Opponents hit 261. Runners in scoring position 317. Pitchers hitting here. But he has been burned when the chips are down. Right back to the screen it goes. We'll do it again.
Well, Diamondbacks left a runner on third with less than 2 outs in the first inning. Second and third, nobody out here yet to scratch.
You saw Snyder at third. You saw Ryle at second. Rusty Ryle. Start today at second base. All right, hanging around. I don't know, Gracie.
What don't you know about?
Starting to feel it a little bit.
For Garland?
Mm-hmm.
I think he talked himself with a couple of good swings at fastballs. I think he may have talked Oliver Perez into throwing a breaking ball. Let's see if he throws one here.
Yeah, he might not be feeling it quite as much if he gets that slider.
He got it, and it's strike 3.
It's a called third strike by Mike Everett. A little bit high, but he got the call there. So now, with the Weitzel, this is why you talked about the importance of his at bat. With the Weitzel ground out, the Garland strikeout, Olchin, a little bit more pressure on him here. Well, that's great stuff there. Sure, you bring some signs to the ballpark. I don't know if I've told you folks that. Olchin. A little chopper way out front there. He got an off-speed pitch. Well, they managed to unearth some human numbers.
Doing all his damage with the bases empty.
Can I get a color transfer? Wow. The 0-1. 0-2 the count. I don't know if I like Mr. Smiley.
No, there's really nothing big league about that.
It was a good effort. We always appreciate
I like the sign.
effort.
We always like signs. But no, we're not going to call him Mr. Smiley.
Keep trying, though.
Keep trying.
Folks.
We're always up.
He doesn't have a nickname
Always,
yet.
Yeah, we're always asking. But nope.
Well, he tried to duck right into that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Well, this is a situation where, boy, you hate to let Perez off the hook. This guy's been getting his lunch handed to him all year, Oliver Perez. Got out of a big jam in the first inning with a couple of strikeouts. Now second and third, nobody, and you're one strike away from getting nothing here.
The 1-2. High. Clearly high, Oliver. 2-2 the count.
He wanted it. He didn't miss by much. My partner says clearly high. No.
I'm trying to maintain professionalism and decorum. 2-2 the count. Bouncing ball to the right side. He got out of another one. Unfortunately, that's what made the at-bat for Weitzel so important. He's human.
ton. He can run. He's a good spark plug. He handled left-handed pitching in the minors. So I'm fine with him in the leadoff spot. He had the home run when he led off in Washington. So it's a natural spot for him. That kind of gritty approach. He's finding his barrel a lot. He's getting on base a ton, and he can run when he gets on. So it's an easy choice.
Trent Olchin, speaking of him, an easy choice right now. Had a pressure at bat, no doubt about it. Oliver Perez takes away 1-0 the count.
One thing this guy can do is hit.
Yeah, 5 for 18 this year as he takes outside. Two and 0. Bouncing all around in the batter's box, trying to be more of a pest than a hitter right now to John Garland until he gets strike one. I'd imagine he's done with the shenanigans now. He'll go to hit. 2-2 the count.
Got him. Oh, broke his bat on the bat slam. Oliver really expecting a lot of himself. And now Chris Snyder had a little something to say to him. But nothing doing. Don't know what that was about. He turned around and said something to Chris Snyder. Love that hair.
Anyway, here's Corey Sullivan. Can't figure out what all that was about. I thought initially he was chirping at Mike Everett, but there were no questionable calls.
Well, they were all swings and misses.
That one in the left field. Our Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Superstition Spring Chevy dealers, key to the game. Well, we're talking about the 80s, Gracie.
Oh,
Adam in the Ants.
It's another good bench. So that's, okay. So Adam in the Ants is our text poll winner. Adam in the Ants.
Oh,
good bench. Can't you?
No. No. Not stand and deliver. Not any of those. That's not what it has.
Two shoes.
Yeah, it's none of those.
Don't drink, don't smoke. Oh, yeah, that's a good key to the game.
That's
bringing out the 80s band.
I understand, but that's not why, even though it feels like it is Saturday, that's not why.
Well, what is it?
It's the key to the game. Well, did you see who was in the shot a moment ago?
Mark Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's the lead singer of the Adam and the Ants?
Well, Adam Ant.
Who else is out there with Mark Reynolds if you're a casual Diamondbacks fan?
Okay, maybe some lesser known guys that really don't get as much playing time, guys like Josh Weitzel, Augie Ojeda, Olchin, of course, Ryan Roberts in left field.
Yeah, you don't have to battle through it. It's just call them the Ants.
Oh, well, in other words, you don't really know their names, but it's kind of like there's Adam, and he's playing with the Ants. I gotcha.
But Adam was nothing without the Ants.
It's a great point. Make a play, Ant. See, that's big league.
By the way, it was Marco, Gary, Terry, and Merrick.
The jukebox and do us all a favor. That music lost its taste.
And music. Brown and Brown and Superstition Springs, and by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. One and 0 the count to Augie Ojeda. Glad to have you back in the ballpark. Mark McClune, Mark Grace. I'm Darren Sutton, and you, well, thank you for inviting us into your home on this afternoon. On a warm afternoon where we are again very comfortable here at Chase Field. 1-1 the count. I think I'm comfortable enough too to maybe kind of order up some food.
Are you hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you wait a little while, you got 3 free tacos coming a little later this afternoon because of last night.
Absolutely, from Taco Bell. That is a pitch that is high. Now up there in right field, above the strikeout meter, our Circle K strikeout meter, is the Arizona Baseball Club, the ABC Club. Great spot. Great spot up
Love
there.
it.
Now Kelly Dugan's up there, and Michael is head chef. Now I'm looking forward to some samples. So.
Calling them out.
Got a camera up there. They're nice enough to have our camera. And maybe Karina can get fed too. She's up there running the camera up there. Yep.
Hi, Karina.
She needs some snacks as well.
Oh, yeah.
Pitches away. 3-1 the count. So they always have good stuff. Kelly, they do a great job. You can head out there for the happy hour at the ABC Club before ball games. Love their sliders and their snacks, appetizers. Very good stuff. Wow. Perez, none too pleased with some close pitches.
Throw an unforgettable birthday party at Chase Field during any home D-backs game this summer. Party in the Peter Piper Playhouse area with food and drinks for the whole party. Put birthday messages on the scoreboard as well. Ticket packages start at just $15 a person. Call 602-462-4600 or visit dbacks.com/birthday.
Great read.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Another base runner, by the way, for these Diamondbacks. All right, they're in business. Augie Ojeda out front. They're going to send the line down. All right, Chip Hill, come on down, he says. An RBI for Ryan Roberts. There we go. The Skunks out of the box. The Diamondbacks finally score a run. Ryan Roberts with an RBI. Augie Ojeda scores, and Arizona leads it 1-0.
Ryan Roberts got a fastball he can handle and ripped it down the third base line. Here comes the windmill from Chip Hale. Come on. And Augie Ojeda coming all the way. Doesn't really know whether to stand or slide. So he slides anyway. And the Diamondbacks right back in business.
He got a fastball that he loved, Mark Reynolds. Augie Ojeda did not know whether to stand or slide, but Ryan Roberts, in the words of Adam Ant, certainly knew how to stand and deliver. Roberts finding this opportunity golden and making the most of it. 1-1 the count. Five doubles in his last 14 games. 5 homers as well. And now 18 hits.
Oh, good breaking ball there to jump ahead 1-2.
The 1-2 to the backstop. Roberts moves up. Wild pitch.
Jerry Manuel can only just, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. Sitting inside, and that's where you throw it. It's hard to do.
2-2 the count. Infield now comes in, not all the way in on the left side. They stay back about halfway. Chased away. Reynolds goes down on strikes. It was Roberts, though, that got things going offensively. A.J. Hinch enjoying walking in the shoes of Ryan Roberts with him.
He's getting his first opportunity to play significant time and making the most of it. He's very valuable for me. I get to play him in left field today. Which he doesn't have a ton of experience, but he doesn't back down from any challenge. So it's nice. I mean, he's had a lot of change in his life, in his career, in his family life with a new baby, and again, he's part of what's going right around here.
That last sentence, good sentence there. It makes a lot of sense. 1-0 the count. In a year that's had a lot go wrong, he's part of what's going right. One and 0 the count to Parr. Infield all the way in now. A long run for Gary Sheffield, still going, and it's into the seats. Got to plate this run.
Got to find a way. Mark Reynolds came up empty. Now Gerardo Parr with a chance to provide a run just with an out. We call these the gimmies, Darren. That's what A.J. Hinch likes to call them as well. Infield in. Big opportunity for Parr.
Infield is in. Coming home with it is Roberts. The throw, the tag, out at the plate. And with that call being made, Everett is basically saying that you never got to home plate, Ryan Roberts. Because he clearly beat the tag.
He clearly beat the tag. Nice play by Tatis. And if the plate was actually blocked there by Santos, that is one heck of a job. But yeah, you could see Roberts clearly beat the throw. What Mike Everett must be saying is that his foot never got to the plate. There's the chopper. A good jump by Roberts. Yeah, you know, that front foot may not have gotten to the plate, Darren Sutton.
It looked like on the kick. Let's see, right?
Well,
that's close, I'll tell you. That's very close. We haven't had a definitive angle yet. Nothing that will tell us 100% he missed it, I'll tell you that. How about that? AJ continuing the discussion. How about this?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he ever got to it, and that's the explanation that Everett is giving Roberts and A.J. Hinch, is that Roberts, that front foot never got to the plate. The back foot never got it either. So that's why I think the ruling is that Roberts just never touched the plate.
His foot was elevated above it, but then he put his foot on it. I mean, really, and you got to give Santos a lot of credit as he threw his body in the back part of the lower half of his body there. He at least flipped Roberts' foot up in the air. Did he stomp on it? Boy, it was tough to tell. It didn't look like it.
Good job of blocking the plate.
And by the way, you have to love, and I love, just going for that there. You have to make them make that play. That's a no-brainer.
All gone right.
So got him at the plate. It remains 1-0. We're digging through all the looks we have, angles, as Snyder takes in our last chance here. It's at the tail end of it.
Well, you can certainly see exactly what Mike Everett was looking at. He never saw the foot catch the plate.
He's in a good spot.
And every one of those angles are pretty inconclusive about whether he was, there's really no evidence there to say he was wrong, other than Roberts beat the throw. That we know for sure. But did his foot hit the plate? Well, Mike Everett said no, and his word's law.
Hitters count to Chris Snyder. Two and one. It's interesting you Do a bit of a contrast to compare with Jerry Crawford and his reaction to Washington. And truth be told, AJ was much more fired up in Washington too.
Much more.
But Everett allowed AJ to stay out there a long time. And he was confident in his call, though. Crawford on the flip side, in that case anyway, was a little bit more defensive of his call. We clearly could see the video that Jerry missed that call. They miss him. That's fine. But that was a confident umpire, Mike Everett, as he had that discussion. Three and one the count. Oliver Perez rolling right along.
No, he's really slowing things down. Nothing grease lightning about this guy.
Already in the third inning. Here he goes. High, ball four. Well, now he faces Rusty Ryle, who really enjoyed his experience against him the first time up. He smoked the ball right down the line for a double. First major league extra base hit for Rusty.
It's really phenomenal that Oliver Perez has only given up one run here this afternoon so far.
Let's find Mark McClure a little bit more on the new kid. There's a lot of them, but the newest kid on the block, Rusty Ryle.
Well, A.J. Hinch did not tell Rusty Ryle he'd be in the starting lineup yesterday because he did not want him going home and thinking about it all night. Ryle actually used the same terminology. When I asked him what his thoughts were today walking in the clubhouse and seeing his name in the lineup card, he said, I don't want to think too much about it. Now, it's been kind of a whirlwind for Ryle, who's 2 for 3 in the big leagues. He got over 200 text messages after that hit the other night and tried to answer every single one of them, but it was a difficult task to keep his cell phone charged throughout the entire ordeal.
Good stuff, Mark McClure, there's no doubt. We mentioned his dad, Mark Ryle, played in the big leagues. Rusty, Diamondbacks number 14 pick in 2005 out of Oklahoma State. Outside. Born in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Mark, by the way, played for 5 teams over 6 major league seasons. His dad during a 14-year pro career. The 1-0. 1-1. Sheffield is there as we go to break one more time. You think being an umpire is easy in the big leagues? You make this call, as Mike Everett did. Home Run Club, who have played for the most teams. The most teams. How about Bobby Bonds? You get to 400, 300.
So I'll tell you what, I am blowing up with texts from favorite 80s bands, and and I'm sure it's going to be blowing up for the trivia question as well.
1-0 the count to David Wright. Well, journeyman, guys that played for a lot of teams,
but still hit 400 long balls.
Right on the ground. Reynolds unable to make the play.
Bit of a tough home stand so far for Mark Reynolds. Once you back up, that's when you're in trouble. And then that'll be an error on the third baseman.
Well, I got a note in here. D-backs booth on Twitter. Sign up. Brian Roy says Gary Sheffield's got to be on the list.
Oh boy.
Well-traveled home run hitters.
Oh, Dave Kingman.
Wow. Broke his bat, pulled that ball, long run, letting it down, ends up in a dive after making the play. Roberts. Utility infielder getting the start in left field. Remember earlier this year in that 18-inning game, he made a fine play in San Diego banging against the wall.
We've seen a great play down the right field line. Now a great play, a long run down the left field line. Ryan Roberts. He's driven in the only run for the Diamondbacks, and he takes one away right there. That's nicely done by the very inexperienced outfielder, Ryan Roberts.
So here is Jeff Francoeur. That one pops out of the catcher's mitt of Snyder, but not far enough for the runner to move up.
I got a guess on the. How about Darrell Evans?
Ooh, good guess.
Yeah.
I just got a note, and he had stopped by earlier. Must be watching at home now. And it was good to see him. You know, obviously, your old teammate.
Yeah, you had said Gonzo.
I didn't spend as much time with him. And he said, you didn't read my other text about my favorite band in the 80s, so I'm going to take a shot at the guy that's, well, the most traveled. And with 431 home runs, he knew the homers. He's going to get Cal Ripken.
Well, Cal Ripken only played for one team, the Baltimore Orioles. That's a terrible guess by Gonzo.
Well, then let me go ahead and mention that the Bengals are the band that he's disappointed.
Oh, the Bengals. Like the Bengals.
So
walk like an Egyptian.
Looking forward to seeing him around a little more, maybe. That'd be nice. 2-0. How about that? Off-speed pitch, wicked cut, came up empty. Off-speed pitch on 2-0.
Well, I won't feel bad at all when the hero takes a fall.
See? All right, looking for a ground ball here. Get that double play. Instead, it's off the end of the bat into center field. Racing and making the play is Parra. So 2 outs. Wright remains at third base. Or first base, I should say. He's a third baseman. Any word from Matty? Is he checking in? He never seems to send me text, only you. Matt Williams, of course, folks, for our viewers at home.
Well, Matt Williams, not yet. But I'm waiting.
Fair enough.
Well, sure as the world, asking you shall receive, Darren Sutton. His guess is Hank Aaron.
Wow. Braves and Brewers only, and just at the very end for the Brewers.
Well, and the Braves were the Brewers.
That's exactly. Well, Milwaukee was. Yeah, it was.
What a terrible guess. Boy, Matty's consistent, though.
Did he have a? Did he happen to mention a favorite band?
You know what? As a matter of fact, he did. And
for the 80s.
I almost hate to say it, but he wanted to give a shout out to his favorite 80s band, Wham.
Good call.
Formerly Wham UK. George Michael, near and dear to Matty.
Oh, those are some white teeth. One and one to count.
Oh, Matt.
Good try, good guess. Good band.
Wake me up before you go.
In on the hands, fighting it off as Tatis, a long way around for the outfield, but only moving up 90 feet is David Wright. Not the third yet, as I had him earlier. Inaccurately, he has moved up to second base, and now with 2 outs, and this is Tatis just muscling up as much as he can.
He takes a fastball in, he gets it on the label. He's strong enough to get it out there into the outfield. Like so many pitchers have to do, having to get that 4th out, always difficult, Darren Sutton.
And here's Omir Santos. Bouncing ball, and it's a foul ball. Just got a note from our fine color analyst on the pre and post game show, former Diamondback, hard throwing left-hander Greg Swindell.
Oh, what's Zeke have to say?
Well, he wanted to guess Al Kaline.
Wait a minute, Al Kaline? He was only with one team, and that was the Detroit Tigers.
And it turns out, as I look it up, as I just got it, he had 399 homers in his career.
He wasn't even in the club, huh?
Right back to the mound on a slider. Garland gets it done. Wake me up before you go. Oh, boy, Manny. John Paul May on D-backs booth wanted to guess Gary Carter, Rusty Staub, and George Foster. Jose Canseco.
I didn't realize he played for 7 teams.
Noted slugger and author. And now Josh Weitzel. How about that? 7 teams for Canseco. An elusive answer there.
Yeah, very elusive. Well, looking back on it, Oakland, Texas, Toronto, Boston. Did he get some Angel time too, Darren Sutton?
Yes, he did. I don't know if he made it out of camp, though. I'm trying to remember. I think it was when I was with the Angels covering them. Nope. Yes, he went around there. You know what? Joining us on Twitter, D-backs booth, with the guess of Manny.
Manny Ramirez?
And you know, we already have the answer, but Mark Schlereth has signed up with us.
Ah, has he?
Yeah. One of the many dads that keep an eye on their youngsters. They're youngsters to us, we can say that.
Yeah, sure.
John Garland. Well, I had a feeling earlier, and it came a little bit later. A base hit for Garland.
He'll take it. Turn the lineup around, gets a fastball right off the end of the bat. It goes, and it's a base hit. Helping himself there.
Don't forget, by the way, the Gila River hit it and win inning. Jackpot inning. You hit that sign out there, any of these Diamondbacks, $599,000, $590 to say accurately, to Don Doherty. Don Doherty playing for $590,000.
Well, best of luck to you, Don.
And by the way, Mr. Schlereth went on to say, don't even get me started on the 80s. I'm still stuck there.
Well, it's good to have Mark with us. He's a friend of the show. He came up and joined us in the booth. Did a good job. He does a very good job. When he's talking footballs, that was driven to center field.
Back in the first inning. He doesn't get the run done here, but he certainly helped to squelch any sort of offense. Our Mercedes-Benz E-Class attention assist of the game. Fabulous play to end the inning. That saved some offense for these New York Mets.
2 runs.
That pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Outside. 2-0 the count. As Oliver Perez, 27-year-old left-hander out of Culiacan, Mexico, continues just to grind through this game. There's a strike. Perez this year, walk percentage, which is the percentage of all plate appearances ending with a walk, 18%. Major League average is 9%. Outside.
He's wanting those pitches, and those aren't strikes. Or maybe he's just frustrated that he is just missing. Can't really tell. Let's see if Augie's swinging 3-1 here. He is, and he's popping it up. Is it going to stay in play?
Can't hold on. A good effort there by Santos. He got over there.
There's the effort there. He reaches across and just can't come up with it. That's not fan interference, folks. If it's in foul territory or out of the playing field, it's not fan interference. Only if a fan reaches into the playing field is it fan interference.
Good call.
So all of you that might have thought, hey, they didn't call it. Well, that's because that one wasn't.
There's another walk. So now Ryan Roberts, as the grind continues.
I'll tell you what, it's if you're a Met fan or if you're a Met player, boy, every fifth day's got to be just tough. Oliver Perez, boy, he makes for a long day. What's that pitch? And this guy's got to be miserable to play behind. Big swing, fouled straight back from Ryan Roberts.
Oliver had a 2.98 ERA in Pittsburgh in 2004, 112 games.
He did some good things in Pittsburgh, some really good things.
He made 30 starts, really his finest hour.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he lead the league in strikeouts or close to it?
11 strikeouts per 9 led the league, as that one is in, and was right close to it, Gracie. 239 strikeouts. He had more strikeouts per innings pitched than anybody that year in the National League.
Another 3-1 count. This time to Ryan Roberts. Boy. Throw me a strike here, Oliver. Come on now.
Three and two the count. Since that year in 04, he's made 116 starts. His ERA is 4.90. 5.2 walks per 9 innings in that time. Always certainly great potential, but has been really living on that year in 04. Hasn't reached that level of domination. Popped up. But to be fair to Oliver today,
he's only given up one.
That's exactly right.
Diamondbacks had left 6 runners stranded through 3. There's 2 more runners out there here in the 4th. And that's why I said last inning, it's astonishing that he's only given up 1 run. Huge opportunities for the D-backs. Here's another one.
Hitless tonight with runners in scoring position for Roberts. It has been a grind to get that done. It was in his last 25 at bats with runners in scoring position. So much good to talk about. This has been a tough area of his game. Runners will go again. There they go. Here it comes. Inside. Got him looking. Again, you can talk about all the numbers you want. He's just given up 1 run. That to me is on that home dugout. take a snapshot out there, and we love taking a ride out to our Ride Now pool. There are the folks out there enjoying the ball game today. Great spot. And on up to the roof we go. Time to visit the roof. Our APS rooftop solar cam. We remind all of you, first of all, visit APS.com. Get your energy bill manageable. Find the right plan that works for you. And also, if you're able, a lot of sunshine we enjoy here in the great state of Arizona. Install solar panels on the roof of your home. Make things a lot easier. You'll have that meter actually running the other way. All right, moving right along. Here's Anderson Hernandez. Hey, look, to be fair, John Garland's doing everything he can do to be clipping right along. He's now thrown, what, 57 pitches? He's just fine, thank you very much.
He's been very good through 4 innings, and, well, on the flip side of it, well, so is Oliver Perez, I guess. An excruciating 4 innings of one-run baseball. But I guess at the end of the day, isn't that the bottom line?
Yes.
Is keeping runners from crossing the dish.
He's thrown 90 pitches, by the way, Oliver. One and two, the count. Good pitch over the outside corner. Locked him up and got him looking. A fastball there.
And he just goes right to the outside corner at the knees. And your perfect pitch here by John Garland. Watch the glove of Chris Snyder. Frames it there nicely. Mike Everett rings it right up. So John Garland cruising right along, as you said.
Oh, and 1 the count on Perez. The count. You see he can handle the bat. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. 5 for 19 this year. 0-2.
Good change up there from Garland. Way out in front was Oliver Perez.
Ground ball, and it's a foul ball. Hey, don't forget, join Fox Sports Arizona and the Muscular Dystrophy Association in the fight against ALS. During the D-backs and Rockies game on September 4th, you can bid on rare sports memorabilia or come out to the Tempe Marketplace during the pregame and postgame for our live auction. All proceeds benefit Augie's Quest and ALS research. Perez is done. You can dust him a spot off there. There are 2 outs in the inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts now for John Garland to start the 5th inning. Corey Sullivan.
Center fielder Corey Sullivan.
Going to try to keep the Garland Hotel from opening up business.
Corey Sullivan. Now you're talking about a guy too that's not a strikeout pitcher per se. 3 strikeouts per 9 in his career. And a reminder, when we talk about the hotel, folks, that's striking out the side. And you become the architect of the hotel, and then as you cut the ribbon, you're the doorman.
He's going to have to get some new lumber, is Corey Sullivan.
1-1 the count. A strikeout earlier of Perez. There's that dirt slam he had after the strikeout.
Big dirt clod right there next to it. That happens. You slam it.
Two and 1 the count. Interesting haircut he's sporting there. I've never seen one of those.
Not one of those faux hawks?
I guess that's what it is. The 2-1. Just off the plate, low. 3-1 the count. Cora picks it up, racing all the way around with a stand-up triple. The speed of Corey Sullivan hasn't homered yet this year in his experiences, but as a three-bagger with 2 outs.
Well, he gets to 3-1, gets a fastball in the middle of the plate and clobbers it. Just missing the balcony out there in center field, and Gerardo Parra runs out of room. And by the time he corrals it, Corey Sullivan, who can still run very well, a stand-up triple and a chance for the Mets now to tie the ball game up.
Alex Cora.
Good change up there for strike 1.
Cora struck out looking in the first. Grounded out to second when he batted in the 3rd inning.
Look out over the dugout again. You throw that first pitch change up, Darren, then you come back with the fastball. That fastball looks like it's 105 miles an hour. Hence the tardy swing there from Alex Cora.
No balls and 2 strikes to count. John didn't feel something right, so he stepped off. See how he did that? You young pitchers out there, you step off of the rubber if you don't feel something right. You come set and you start buckling and then end up stumbling off somehow or make an awkward move. That's where you balk in a run. Didn't feel right, he stepped off. Good pitch. 1-2 the count. Now remember, 2 starts ago for John, he went the distance against these New York Mets. He pitched very effectively. 9 innings, 2 runs allowed. It was a 5-2 win at Citi Field. Runner at third, the 0-2. Back in there, missed. 2-2 the count. Dodgers and Giants playing ball in San Francisco right now. 5th inning. It's Lincecum against Jeff Weaver. Weaver's out of there. Lincecum pitching very well. 1 hit through 5 innings. 1-0. The Giants lead it. 2-2. Broken bat, so we'll need some more lumber here. What's going on over there, Gracie?
Oh, good time to remind. Throw an unforgettable birthday party at Chase Field during any home D-backs game this summer. Party in the Peter Piper Playhouse area with food and drinks for the whole party. Put birthday messages on the scoreboard. Ticket packages start at just $15 per person. 602-462-4600 or visit dbacks.com/birthday.
Got him over the outside corner. Mark Reynolds to lead it off. Time to add on, Diamondbacks.
If they don't add on, I'm going to tell you about another birthday party package.
Oh, that's true. You did remind us about those birthday
That's
parties.
a couple times now.
Hey, that's all right, my friend.
Oh, man.
Got some ice going on. That line drive hit that young gal in the leg there. So she's icing. She's all right. One and 0 the count. 2-0 the count to Mark Reynolds. Walked and struck out. 4 strikeouts in this last couple of days. It's that one a mile high to the right side. Beat him there at 90 miles an hour. And Jeff Francoeur is there to make the play for the out. Hey, don't forget about the Taco Bell Fabulous giveaway. Looking at that here in just a bit. Between 4 and 6 o'clock, the Diamondbacks can score 6 runs like they did yesterday. They're giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink tomorrow between 4 and 6. Again, it happened today, so just get on out there. If you're watching the re-air, be a little bit more careful about the times. By the way, you won't believe what happens here in a bit. Oh, and 1 the count to Parra. Thursday's an off day for the Diamondbacks, and then the Dodgers come to town. Had him out front, popped it up. Long run. It's in there for a base hit. Sheffield just has that one ease under his glove as he eases in. Legs didn't get him there. He had 3 Mets there, though, and no one able to make the play.
Just right off the end of the bat, Gary Sheffield. He realizes he can't get to it, and he's not about to dive. Reminds a lot of Trent Olchin there, doesn't it?
Actually, no.
No?
No, not.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There's Trent. We remember, and you see that elbow all kind of scratched up. He had something similar. It didn't happen from that play that I'm about to tell you about as Chris Snyder pops it up. The play is made, and Snyder is erased on a pop-up. There we go.
So that didn't. Okay, now watch. Same thing. Oh, no. No, that really wasn't very comparable, was it? I would imagine Trent Olchin would switch careers with Gary Sheffield in a heartbeat.
You bet. Those legs don't move like they used to. Pitches away. 1-0 the count to Rusty Ryle. Anyway, there was a game kind of to warm up Chase Field a couple of springs ago. And Trent Olchin got a chance to come up and play in that game. They expand the roster a bit before the team takes off for opening day. Olchin, now remember, Gracie and I were talking about this, as that one is fouled off. He dove for a ball, showed that same heart, that same effort. The unfortunate thing for Trent was the ball landed about 15 feet away from him, and he tore his arm up. Not a serious injury, but a good old-fashioned nice slice on the arm.
Some good blood, and it was more like 35 feet from
Okay.
him.
Okay.
But a big dive nonetheless.
Well, he's ironing that out now. Now he's catching him.
He's learned just how far that body can go.
2-1 the count. Two and 1 the count as Trent looks on with his mates.
He's even wild to first base, isn't he?
for the Diamondbacks. Boy, they took advantage. And good for Arizona. Wow.
Well, Sheffield gets over to it. I think if Anderson Hernandez lets this ball go, I think he might have par at third, and then Ryle sees the throw and just gets under the tag at Cora. And the Diamondbacks have left 2 base runners on in every inning today. Well, they've got 2 more on as we speak, and Josh Weitzel, another opportunity with second and third, and well, he's going to get intentionally walked. So John Garland, an opportunity to help himself after the intentional walk.
How about Ryle, by the way?
He's making it look pretty easy himself, isn't he?
What's going on with these new kids on the block here? Getting here to the big leagues and whacking balls in the gap, running around the bases.
Did Reno ever lose a game?
I don't see how.
I mean, they have to have been like 86-0. No?
No. I haven't seen anything from Chris Young down there.
Has he not reported yet?
I don't think so. Let's hope that he does well down there in AAA.
Well, let's see if John Garland can help himself here and deal a big blow to Oliver Perez. We've got to make sure he throws strikes.
Dumps down a bunt. Until the count is 0-1 with the bases loaded. And Garland now 5 hits this year.
Right down Broadway, jumps ahead 0-2.
Let's head back home after this ball game. Off tomorrow, then they take on the San Francisco Giants. 4-game series.
Oh boy, that looked like strike 3. Oliver Perez didn't get it.
Hearing from the Mets dugout, Mike Everett saying, I saw that one in, guys. 1-2 the count. One and two the count, 2 outs. What a terrible play made over there in the press box by Mike McNally, Director of Media Relations. Great guy, great at disseminating information, keeps us on top of our toes with information, but just an awful fielder.
Kicked another one, did he?
Yep, the 1-2. Right down the middle. Garland goes down on strikes. 11 left on base now. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network without a lick of rhythm. AT&T, your world delivered.
You are everywhere. All right, what do we got here for text poll?
Oh, boy.
Oh, the Police and Van Halen battling it out.
Look at the Clash.
Clash making a run. Good stuff.
Well, I tell you what.
For all the British music lovers.
And it's good to have you here with us on this Saturday, folks. I'll tell you, it's here. I mean, it is Saturday night. I tell you, this is fun. I love 80s night.
As do I.
I thought Saturday was right around the corner.
Well,
turns out it's here.
No, it's not. We're not even close.
1-0 the count. You're not getting this stuff on other shows, by the way, folks. You do with that what you will, as that one is foul. 1-1 the count.
Just got a text from our good friend of the show, Jim Weber. He wants to chime in on his version of his favorite 80s band, and he's saying Spandau Ballet.
Oh, boy. Great one-word titles. True, Gold.
Good stuff. So Jim Weber, good to have him chime in on the show.
1-2 the count. The 1-2. Just missed the outside with a slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. There's Webby.
There's our guy. Good to see his credentials still on.
Boy, he swung through that one. Snyder didn't catch it. That was a fastball.
Yeah, Snyder just whiffed it. That'll go as a strikeout and a pass ball, I'm sure. Let's see, it's just a fastball he reaches for. And he just flat out missed it. And that's a free base now for the
Wild
Mets.
pitch.
Well, that's got to be changed.
Pass ball. They've changed it. There we go. Probably just saw the video. No worries. So now Gary Sheffield. Well, you talk about these double plays. Garland trying to roll up his 21st now. This is a guy that's been at it for a long, long time, and again this year. John Lannon, 22. Joel Pinheiro, 21. Garland, 20. In all of big league ball. Long, long foul ball coming the line. And since 2004, Garland trails only Mark Burley and Derek Lowe at total double plays rolled up. So how does a guy with a little bit higher ERA, a little bit higher walks and hits per innings pitch, go 112 and 99?
That's how.
Makes his pitches.
Gets 2 outs with 1 pitch, a lot.
And a lot of base runners. Bouncing ball, middle of the diamond. That one snuck on through. Well, you have an inning now where you have a strikeout and then a ground ball with eyes. And you have some trouble brewing for the Mets.
Exactly. You get the ground ball you want because you're playing Sheffield to pull so much, Og, you can't get to it. Yeah, I think the D-backs got a break by Wright staying at second base there. I think he could have easily gotten to third. So the double play. Certainly still in order, but as you said, a guy in Frank Coeur who's 5 for 10 lifetime off of Garland stepping in. A good pitch there.
We've talked about it a lot. Contact rate pretty high against Garland, but when he is right with that movement, that downward sink, he'll get a swing and a miss. That was a good example. And we know Frank Coeur will swing, period. 29-year-old right-hander. No balls and 2 strikes.
Promptly jumps ahead 0-2 on Francoeur.
Was that a contract there? I'm trying to.
Couldn't tell.
Put the scouting directors together. We're reviewing it. The 0-2 outside. Yep, contract.
I agree.
Yep, get him a contract. He just made the play out there in right field.
It was clean.
So he'll be getting 4 really nice tickets to a Diamondbacks ball game. Discount at the team shop. Maybe, just maybe, a ground ball and a double play too as a fan. Top scout Mark Grace spotted that one.
Thank you.
The 1-2. Oh yeah. Look at him all set to go. Got the D-backs gear on. He'll be
a lot to be proud of.
He'll be enjoying it. The 1-2. That one kicks away. So no double play now.
That hurt there. A pass ball, now a wild pitch. Well, now the Mets with a huge opportunity. Change up just down the dirt. Snyder can't corral it.
So wild pitches and passed balls abound in this inning. Bit of a frown on the brow of Garland. Don't say that I blame him as that one misses in. 3-2 the count. They'll give this run up here if they stay back. You know, with a ground ball pitcher, you take a bit of a risk if you come on in now. Strikeout and the passed ball had right reaching. Sheffield with a single, which was a ground ball into center field. Blocked up a changeup there to Chris Snyder. So now the bases are loaded.
Well, after getting ahead of Francoeur 0-2, he ended up walking him. Mel Stottlemyre going to go out and have a conversation. So an ugly inning so far.
It is. It has been a ball game without roses. There's no doubt about that. I mean, for John, though, part of this inning, he's been fabulous.
He's been terrific. He got the strikeout to start the inning, and that went awry. Then a bouncing ball for a base hit. Now a walk after a wild pitch. Well, he's watched Oliver Perez strand 11 Diamondbacks through 5 innings. Now Garland going to have to try and do the same.
16th walk of the season for Francoeur, by the way.
And he's very difficult to give a free pass to, especially when you get ahead of him 0-2.
Fernando Tatis. Bases are full of New York Mets, as you can see.
Good sinker down and in to jump ahead.
Eight grand slams. Remember, early in his career, had a pair of grand slams in one inning at Dodger Stadium. Early in his career. John On 0-1, misses away. 1-1 the count. Chan Ho Park might have given up both of those grand slams.
In one inning, yes, he did. Which is hard for a pitcher to do. Stay in a game that long to give up 2 grand slams in an inning.
One and one the count, 1-0 the score. That one gets by, that will score a run. Strikeout with a pass ball, a single, and then a walk. Also 2 wild pitches in the inning.
Well, this is just a fastball that Snyder lets get through the 5-hole. Chris Snyder having a tough top of the 6th.
So 1-1 the score. Now runners on second and third. Still nobody out. Locked him up. Threw him a slider. 2-2 the count. He wanted to swing, but he just couldn't. Arizona has stranded 11 base runners. They have yet to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. John would like to strand a pair here. That would be 7 if he does that for the Mets. And Garland, as quickly as he was moving since the heat has been on, has really slowed things down. In on the hands, into right field. It's a base hit. They'll stop the base runner. The throw right to the cutoff man. So now we've got a run down and a run will score. Wow, just cut off, and Frank Gore was able he could have walked home the way that was handled.
Yeah, Weitzel just really didn't check Frank Gore. A nice job by Olson. This ball's fought off. A base hit. Frank Gore stopping at third. A good job here by Olson, hitting the cutoff man. Weitzel cuts and just throws. He didn't even check the runner at third base. So a lot of stuff going on here in this inning that just the Diamondbacks probably not too proud of.
And another ball not well struck. I mean, certainly it was a clean base hit, but a pitch that was up and just fought it off and drove in a run. Tatis. They erase him from the base pads, but that's a very small consolation. Very small. 3-1 the score. Single and 1 RBI there for Tatis, 29 on the year. Tries to pull that ball. The way this inning's going, that should end up a base hit. 1-2 the count. All right.
You ready, Dan?
Here we go, folks.
Gonna tighten things up a little bit here.
You folks at home, take a look at our Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch, and remind yourselves at home, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Been moping around on your couch all afternoon.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
We need to now. And Oliver, it's really mostly your fault that the folks are moping around. The pace at which he is working. But we can say again all we want about the pace at which he is working. He now leads 3-1. He's in line to win this game.
He's stranded 11 Diamondbacks through 5 innings. So he's made the pitches when they count, I guess. Another ball gets by.
Two and two the count. Bounce bouncing ball. John says, "I'll just do it myself." And he makes the play for the second out of the inning. All right, 2 outs. And now Anderson Hernandez. Hernandez grounded out to first and also struck out looking. Giants now lead the Dodgers 2-1. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lincecum still in there, 6 innings, 1 earned run. ERA 2.17 on the year for Lincecum. Ollie, as his teammates like to call him, stretching out there in the dugout. One and one the count. Boy, good redhead section last night. Those folks fun, really had a good time out there. A lot of great signs.
Yeah, we had a good crew.
That's outside.
Yes.
Don't forget, by the way, proceeds benefit D-backs charities when you visit the Redheads. There's one looking on. Don't forget, September 27th against the Giants. Visit dbacks.com/redheads. Swinging and missing. It is away. And 2-2 the count. Good dive there on the pitch. Really going to work on a unique T-shirt for that last one.
Yeah, disappointed in the T-shirt last night.
Very simple, understated.
Boring.
I'm thinking like a neon green. Something bright that pops.
Tie-dye maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Even greener than that, like like lime.
Inside, 3-2 the count. But that's always welcome.
Of course.
Three-2. Got it. What an inning. A unique journey to say the least. This ball game, but amazingly enough, as Olchin leads it off, Perez is leading.
Can get something going here in the bottom of the 6th.
Breaking ball bounces in there. 1-0 the count.
Are you Justin?
I love that.
Nope. I'm not the all-star.
4 for Justin. Or, I mean, Trent. Or Justin. I don't know who Justin Upton is. He's looking on. Jerry Manuel has come on out. 111 pitches. And the call to the bullpen has been made. Thank you, Mr. Manuel.
Watched my son play and they were fine with it, so she's coming on Thursday, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
The flight that took off here not too long ago for Trent Olson's mother and sister coming to the United States. Dad not able to clear free time. And we'll be here for the weekend series against the Dodgers. Down low, Sean Green, and he fires that one away. 6 walks in 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits. That's a total of 12 base runners there. And Arizona stranded 11 of the 12. 2-0 the count. See the numbers for Green. 11 of his last 13 outings, he has not been scored upon, so that earned run average coming down now, as Augie pounded that one off his foot. Perez coming in, by the way, with a 6.38 ERA.
Wants that front foot. Ouch. Right at the top of the shoe. Oh, you'll have to step right back in there and take ball 3.
Gets a little frustrating. You think back over the last week or so with Garrett Mock in Washington, a 6.75. J.D. Martin, a 7.16. Today, Oliver Perez, a 6.38. To have guys like that handcuff you, that's a strike. And lock you down when you've had your opportunities. How was that, Gracie, when teams that you played on, all right, this is a guy we got to get. He's got a 6 ERA.
Well, the difference between Oliver Perez and the other guys you mentioned is Garrett Mock threw a really good game. He only gave up 3 hits in 6 innings and just really shut down the Diamondbacks. As did J.D. Martin, and that one strike 3 called. But today, Oliver Perez, well, at the end of the day, you'll say, yeah, he did a pretty good job. But I mean, he really did. There was base runners everywhere, and the Diamondbacks just couldn't break through.
Slider, and it's a strike. 0-1 the count. Pitch is high. 1-1 the count. Got a chance to hear from Ryan's dad last night. Mark McClune doing a fabulous interview. Looked like he went there. Yes, and they appeal.
I think he was looking for a fastball there, man.
Dialed it up a bit, did he? And went back out there. Boy, he quieted things down, striking out Ojeda and Roberts. 3-1. Thinking outside early. Uniforms dirty early, all over the place. Guys just in the mud and the muck, mired in the dirt. And you love it if you're a Diamondbacks fan. Now what they hope is that they can dust off those. That's plate. Exactly right. Dust off those uniforms, maybe in the dirt. There's some runs. Green's going to hit for himself here. Something about left-handed starting pitchers for these Diamondbacks. Arizona coming in, obviously, in games started by left-handed pitchers this year. As you see the numbers for Clay Zavada. Arizona 11-21 in games in which a lefty starts the game. 41-41 in games started by right-handers. 11-21.
Hence Oliver Perez.
Oh.
Somehow, some way, finding a way to hold the Diamondbacks to just one tally.
1-2 the count. That was easy enough. Green goes down on strikes. Don't forget to join us for Quest Diamondbacks Live, the post-game show. President and CEO Derek Hall will be joining us on the show as the analyst, the special guest. Chatting with his manager there, A.J. Hinch. Diamondbacks going over 1.5 million fans today. And kudos to all of you D-backs fans through a challenging year that have still wanted to come see Major League Baseball, come on out here and enjoy the experience at the ballpark. Something that man prides himself in, the experience, with the promise of a brighter future. 1-1 the count to Sullivan. Two and one the count. Well, we're in the bullpen now, Gracie, and I know you wanted to, and deservedly so, mention some of those guys coming on the air in the bullpen, the trio of fine relievers that have caught your eye. And it was something that we discussed, guys that since the All-Star break have kind of been unsung heroes. I mean, we talk about John a lot because Roush pitches in innings in which the chips really are down, as that one is fouled off. I know you hopped out of bed this morning thinking of these three guys and what they've been able to do, and certainly worth talking about.
Esmeline Vasquez, nothing. John Roush, next to nothing. Juan Gutierrez, lost in those good numbers from Juan Gutierrez. He's come in and gotten out of some big jams, leaving a lot of runners stranded, as that's ball four.
Yeah, Gutierrez, his last 11 games, a 1.74 ERA. Prior to that was 5.18. Roush, he's done a total 180. And his ERA in his first 22 games over 7. Last 31 below 1.5. Pitch is high. 1-0 the count to Alex Cora. Want to remind our good friend Clay, who we love the way the man out of Streator, Illinois goes about his business. I want to remind him that just because Oliver was out there, you don't have to pitch like him. Strikes. There we go. That's what the defenders are there for. There's one on the first. Couldn't get it done. Cora running well, and Augie Ojeda had to hang in there while he got knocked into, well, Saturday. It's almost Saturday.
Now that looked like a certain double play ball. Really nice play by Ryle. Takes it on the short hop. And Augie just gets taken out right there by a good, clean sliding Corey Sullivan. Clay Zavada going to be removed from the game, and Ojeda's still a little gimpy.
More from Chase right after this. We're 4-3 against the Chicago Cubs with a 4.12. Lincecum, you see the work he has done, and the Yankees win.
Yankees win.
So now Blaine Boyer against David Wright. Fastball's a little bit high. Boyer with that electric fastball, good slider, gets some dive on the ball. Lane Thomas Boyer, born in Atlanta, Georgia. Hot shot, base hit, right field. What a beautiful piece of hitting. Racing all the way around to score. Goodness.
That's just a beautiful piece of hitting right there. Almost looks like David Wright can do that about any time he wants. Bat stays in the zone a long time. He's got the ability to just drive it to right field. It's good stuff.
And Piazza there with David Wright. How about that? Gary Sheffield. Oh my, that one up and in, it got him. Sounded like he's got some protection there.
I think that got a lot of an arm pad. Ball just runs it. Yeah, got a big arm pad there. And that actually doesn't hurt at all, Darren. I guess that's why he wears it.
That's exactly right.
That would have been nice to be able to just go up there. Yeah, it hit you, it's just not going to hurt. 95 mile an hour. That's not going to hurt.
Look at Gary there. Looks like he's pieced together by duct tape, doesn't he?
And once you get to be in your late 30s, you feel like you are.
Yeah, and I mean that with all due respect for what he's accomplished. Got the wrist and the elbow, got the pad. You know the legs have been setting him back, hamstrings this year. Jeff Francoeur. High fly, well struck right field. Over to make the play though is Parra. All right, so he keeps it at 3-1.
That and much more coming up on Quest Diamondbacks Live.
Well, there's the update.
Van Halen's starting to stretch it out a little bit.
I know that Derek was saying choice F, Olivia Newton-John.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Xanadu. Mark Reynolds takes in 1-0 the count.
Another unbelievable video. Olivia Newton-John, let's get physical.
Oh yeah, kind of the speaking of flash dance, kind of the leg warmers and such.
I don't think I'll ever forget that one.
2-0 the count.
That one was big league.
Big league.
Oh.
Well, see, there you go. You voted for that one. Big D voted for Xanadu. The 2-0.
That got him. That got him. A little payback.
Sure.
A little payback it is. You're going to hit our cleanup hitter. We'll hit your cleanup hitter. Mark Reynolds handled it like a pro. And I guess if you're going to get drilled like that. Right in the shirt.
Sheffield not out there. Jeremy Reed takes over left field.
And now it's over.
Yes.
Now it's over. So they take care of Gary Sheffield. Absolutely nothing wrong with what Green just did. The only thing is now by doing that you bring up the tying run to the plate here late in the game.
Yeah, and that's the key for these Diamondbacks. Make them pay. Yet another opportunity with a base runner on. Make them pay. Line to the left center field. That one is down. Leaving his feet is Reed. Runners on second and third.
Great play by Jeremy Reed in left field. There's the hit that you were talking about. You make them pay. Watch the play there. The slide. Keep it from going to the wall, and that keeps Mark Reynolds from scoring. And Darren, I know you're going to be shocked, but Diamondbacks have a couple of base runners.
All right. I'm not shocked at all, honestly, because they've stranded 11 to this point. But Chris Snyder, he hopes to undo that.
Steve right one.
Three to 1 the score. Reynolds is at third. He was payback for Sheffield being hit. Parra is at second. He followed up with a fine double. And the pitch is away to Chris Snyder. 1-1 the count. Chris walked a couple of times, popped up to second base. 1 for 16 in August.
And we got a good pitch right down the middle there. Just got too quick with it. Falls behind 1 and 2. Probably going to have to find a way to deal with the Sean Green breaking ball here.
Feliciano, the left-hander, tough lefty. Well, they want to talk about it now.
What do you want to throw here? I'm sure Green's strikeout pitch right now is the breaking ball.
Hey, don't forget, get tickets now for the Dodgers series this weekend and try out the new all-you-can-eat section at Chase Field. The all-you-can-eat section is a family-friendly area located on the suite level. For just $30, you get a ticket up there and those fine seats and all your favorite ballpark food, all of it. 602-514-8400. We'll see you there. Enjoying some grub right now. All right, time to eat for the Diamondbacks as well.
He got the strikeout he needed. It's a tough afternoon for Chris Snyder. Just got a little tougher. There's the pitch that he really had a good chance of hitting. This one there, that looks more like a bottom fall out of its sinker. We're going to have a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Stephen Drew now.
Ah, here we go.
For Rusty Ryle, and I would imagine that's going to bring Pedro Feliciano into the contest.
I would imagine you are correct, sir. Stephen Drew against Feliciano in his career is 0 for 6 with 1 strikeout. This game was speeding right along. It's starting to slow down just a bit.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, Dan Heron, that's good enough right there. And then I don't know if you've heard, but Saturday's 80 stuff.
That's actually the first I've heard of it.
Yeah. Stephen Drew against the lefty Feliciano. Drew this year against the lefties, hitting .230. Feliciano is tough from that side. Hitting .278 is Stephen against righties.
Well, you're just looking for contact right now. You still got 8 outs to go. You need to at least plate 1 run after this at bat. Right down Broadway he goes, and Stephen was taking it all the way.
Stephen 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter this season. A little bit more quiet than his mates in the month of August. Well, the number that's hung in the third base line, but it's a foul ball.
And by taking that first pitch fastball down the middle, now you got to deal with the Feliciano breaking ball.
There you see the difference. Not really anything positive.
Yep, just looking for contact now. Somehow, some way. At least get 1 run closer.
Oh, 0-2. Nice take.
Tough pitch.
Our good friend Joe Sr. calls games like this Roto-Rooter games.
Like right in the toilet.
Just working on the drain. Little chopper. The flip to the plate. Barreling him over his head. Boy, what a job hanging in there. Good, clean, hard baseball. Give Santos credit. He held onto that ball. A shovel flip with the glove by Feliciano.
What a great play by Feliciano, and a great play on the receiving end. And boy, was he ever on the receiving end. Mark Reynolds is going hard. What a good play on both ends. And the Diamondbacks, second and third, nobody out. Now 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, and nobody scored. It's good hard baseball on both ends right there. You got to try it there, Darren. Sitting back and waiting for base hits hadn't helped today.
No, it certainly hasn't.
That's good, clean, hard baseball right there.
He couldn't pry it loose once he got hold of that ball, and you have to think how quickly it all happens for Santos. Play developing. Here comes the runner. He knows he's coming, but boy, once he got that flip, he put that thing to bed, and no one was going to unearth it.
Good athletic play by Feliciano as well.
Swings right through that one. 0-1 the count. A couple of outs at the plate today, by the way. That one and a play where Ryan Roberts slid in. Home plate umpire Mike Everett. It appeared as if accurately called that that plate was blocked. Well, have a day, Omir Santos. 2 key plays in this game.
Steer right to right down the middle.
One and 2 the count. Dropped down a little bit underneath that one. Parr at third. Drew at first. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Mets. A run on 7 hits and 1 error for the Diamondbacks. Arizona has left 11 on base. On 2-2. Little number, foul ball. Boy, that nearly hopped over the bag.
It did, and Gerardo Parra.
Where was he going, by the way?
He was going back to the bag. There's 2 outs. You're running on everything. Right, that nearly stayed on the bag, and had it been fair, I think David Wright would have been able to make the play, and Gerardo Parra wouldn't have scored because he inexplicably stayed at third.
Hot shot, big hit right field. Stephen Rue will head on to third. Josh Weitzel gets it done. 3-2 the score. Wow. Against a lot of odds, Josh Weitzel. That was a lightning bolt.
He stayed right on a breaking ball there and just ripped it past a diving Fernando Tatis. So the Diamondbacks end up getting a run closer with a big 2-out hit there from Weitzel. And Miguel Montero now, another left-handed hitter. Going to take his chances now against the southpaw Feliciano.
So runners remain on 1st and 3rd. Miggy this year hits .273 against lefties, .293 against righties.
Right down Broadway for strike 1.
0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI in his career against Feliciano is Montero. Runners on 1st and 3rd, the 0-1. Hot shot, foul ball. Chip Hale has to hop out of the way of that one. Miguel, 2 for 12 as a pinch hitter this year. 2 runs batted in. Come on, kids. Rally caps going. Pitch is high. That's a big out pitch for him. You've seen him go to that a lot with 2 strikes.
Elevate the fastball, trying to get the swing and miss or the pop up. And then try to come back with the big sweep and breaking ball. There's the rally hat, Darren. You've been looking for that.
Miguel Montero, and we're tied. Unbelievable. Miggy now, 12 of his last 28 with runners in the scoring position with 14 RBIs. And it's not often that a couple of lefties stroll into that box back-to-back against Feliciano and drive in runs.
You say that. Fastball in the middle of the plate. Not trying to do too much with it. That's just good stuff. Back-to-back left-handers, Montero, Weitzel prior to him, to tie up the ball game. That takes John Garland off the hook. And Feliciano beside himself with frustration. Just left the fastball in the middle of the plate, and you got to give kudos to Weitzel and Montero. They got a couple of mistakes and took full advantage of them.
High leverage situations. Close ball game, late in the ball game. Montero, that's when he hits the best. 324. Low leverage situations early on. 278. Here is Trent Urchin. We throw away some conventional wisdom. It's surprising, honestly, what just occurred there with those two.
Good slider there to jump ahead 0-1.
Off speed again, had him way out front of that one. Trent has a hit, at least one hit, many more in others. In each of his first 5 games to begin his major league career. He is hitless today. And this is a tough assignment. High fly, right field, racing over Frank Coors. He's got it. But the Diamondbacks, they don't need the Aussie this time. Out front of him, Josh Weitzel, stunning. Miguel Montero hops off the bench. He gets it done as well. Miggy goes the other way, and they have tied this thing up. Gary Sheffield, 7th inning, hit by a pitch in that elbow pad. To even the score, the inning started. Mark Reynolds hit by a pitch. In that inning, the Diamondbacks, instead of maybe Reynolds being retired, he later was on the base paths. In the inning, the Diamondbacks tie the ball game.
That's the risk you take when you try to get even. Take care of your cleanup hitter. We'll hit your cleanup hitter, but you end up putting base runners out late in the game. That can be dangerous, and the Diamondbacks got a couple of big hits to tie it up, and now they're going to hand it to Big John Roush.
Roush takes over. Good quick peek at the lineup. Roush in the 6th slot. Miguel Montero stays in and catches. We were talking about Roush doing that 180. ERA of 1.47 since late May. Pours in another strike. 0-2. Good pitch on no balls and 2 strikes. And talk about the return in velocity. Maybe a little bit. I think just pinpoint command a big part of it for Roush. Ooh, just missed it.
You can hear Mike Everett yell. That's inside.
Hits a slider in the left field.
Awful good job of hitting right there. That's 3 for 3 now for Tatis.
Catcher,
So right back come the Mets. It's a good pitch. Sometimes good pitches don't get the results you want, Darren Sutton. It's just a nice piece of hitting there.
Omir Santos. Grounded out 3 times today. Pops that bunt up, and to the backstop it goes. 0-1 the count. This game moments away from being 3 hours old. And we have seen everything in this game over.
Might as well go extra innings, don't you think?
That one is bunted. The play is the first. So a sac bunt and a solid one. Absolutely not interested in extra innings. The big fella here, maybe a couple of more outs, and then, well, his mates drive in a run or 2 and then take it to the house.
Well, sure. With an off day tomorrow. What are you doing for your off day tomorrow, Darren?
Just hanging out at home with the family.
Attaboy. Kids no school yet?
School starts tomorrow. First day of school.
Congratulations.
Shame I don't have to miss it. Be here 8th inning. Oh, Oliver Perez. Set the tone.
Yeah, you love getting him on getaway day, don't you?
Goodness gracious.
Mets will be getting back home about noon tomorrow for their big showdown, 4-game showdown with the Giants.
The 1-0. 2-0 the count. And it is funny to be true. This isn't complaints. This is just reality. It's fun to be here calling this game as it is every night. But it seems to be that with one real pace setter or pace car, to use a NASCAR comparison, that pace car kind of sets the pace for the whole. Everybody else falls in the line. Thank you. I appreciate
that. Darren. For Darren only.
Thank you.
Spelled it right.
Mm-hmm. Had him out front, popped it up, looked like a changeup there. And he says, I got it, and he does. Miguel Montero puts it away.
Very nice pitch. He did throw a 2-0 changeup, and he got Murphy out in front.
That's a great pitch, 2-0.
You expect 2-0 from a big old 6'11" rascal. You expect a fastball. I got a changeup, and I'm out in front of it. Doggone it. Miguel calls off Weitzel and makes the play. I talk more than Darren.
No, that's not possible.
Not a chance in the world.
Well, yeah.
Not a chance in the world do you talk more than Darren Sutton.
You're not saying anything right now. You'd have to be talking the whole game.
Atta boy.
Very good. There's a strike. 0-1 the count. Yeah, I don't know if you folks know it. In my deal, I get paid by the word. Castillo pitch hits. 297.
Which makes him right there with Warren Buffett.
The 0-1. Fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes.
He could be a Rockefeller or a Vanderbilt. No, he's a Sutton. And a darn fine one. And we wouldn't have you any other way, D.
Oh, 0-2, 2 outs. Just missed the corner.
Pretty good effort right there. Just off the corner it was. That's close. Just off.
The 1-2. Bouncing ball into center field. It's a base hit. Charging at his paw. Great arm, but no chance there. Good wheels. Huffing and on around Fernando Tatis, and the Mets take the lead 4-3.
Well, he didn't get strike 3. And now he's barking at Lash is barking at Mike Everett. And right over the top of the bag it goes, and it's 4-3 Mets. So after a couple of runs in the bottom of the 7th, John Roush, a rare run. And a big 2-out hit from pinch hitter Luis Castillo.
First time since July 21st that John's been scored upon. Changeup grabs the outside. 0-1 the count. So the Mets lead it 4-3. 9 outings ago, that's the last time John gave up a run. Runner goes. Throw down. Not in time. Very close. A bang play there.
Now Stephen Drew asking Jerry Davis, the crew chief. So the Diamondbacks feel like they're on the short end of the stick of some of these calls. Good throw by Miguel. Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
That's an easy call there, and Jerry Davis missed that one.
Good looking curveball there. Couldn't do anything with it. 1-2 the count, 2 away. All right. Get this team back in the dugout, big fella. See if they can go to whack it. Outside. 2-2. Oh, the Dodgers have tied things up in the 9th. 2-2 the score, 9th inning against San Francisco. Juiced into the gap in the right center field. That one is down. Sullivan on the move, racing all the way around. Catches second, into third, standing up with a triple, and the Mets lead it 5-3.
So the missed call at second base comes back to haunt the D-backs. But give the Mets credit. Oh boy, that's just a heater right down the middle, and Sullivan having himself a nice ball game as well. That's his second triple of the afternoon.
One and 0 the count. Back to the screen it goes. 1 ball and 1 strike. You're going to go back to June 14th, the last time John gave up a pair of runs in an outing. We said it though, Gracie, a moment ago, and this certainly isn't sour grapes, but a couple of close calls that went against the Diamondbacks. A called strike 3 that was not, and then a base hit followed, a key base hit, and then what could have been a gun down on a stolen base attempt wasn't called either.
And unfortunately, John Roush getting nicked up here. Well, of course, it's bound to happen because we talked so well about him on coming on the air.
No, don't blame yourself now.
Oh, no. I'm blaming you.
Oh. Okay.
I wouldn't blame myself.
All right.
Nope, that's all me.
That's right. I rolled out of bed this morning with that idea. That's right.
That was all me. Sorry, Big John Roush. I got to own up to that one.
Left field. Which is there. Mark Reynolds coming up, trying to get things going. John Roush
just got thrown out of the game.
He's thrown out of the ball game. This is in between innings. John Roush frustrated with a close call that didn't go his way on the pitch away. Clearly that's what he's frustrated with. Then A.J. Hinch took over in defense of his pitcher. His second ejection followed of the year.
He's taking up for his pitcher. That's what a good manager does. So Mike Everett, a couple of heave-hos, and Kirk Gibson for the second time in a week going to take over the helm after A.J. got run.
Mike Everett hearing it, unfortunately, from the home fans. He comes over to talk to bench coach and acting manager Kirk Gibson. I'm not sure that was about. Take a look at our ETN box score, brought to you by our good friends with Nova Home Loans. And you can see see Ryle doing nice work, a couple of doubles.
For the Diamondbacks, second baseman.
Diamondbacks trying to get more and add on in that box score, and in doing so, get back in the game. So Gibby takes over.
It's been a frustrating day for the Diamondbacks. 13 left on base through 7 innings. So now Brian Stokes will take over. He's got a 2-run lead. The Diamondbacks have 6 outs to play with.
Cora moves to short. Castillo moves to second. 2 plays at the plate, certainly in this ballgame. I think, too, with Hinch out there, AJ in that discussion, that taking up for his pitcher, but maybe going back to a play that he argued earlier in the ballgame when Roberts was called out at the plate. I think that maybe came up, I'm sure. Understand the frustration, but to be fair, Mike Everett didn't strand 13 base runners.
That's exactly right.
These boys have had every opportunity. Oliver Perez was on a platter, serving them up opportunity after opportunity in this ballgame, and they did not cash in.
And yeah, Roush was frustrated with what he thought was strike 3. It was certainly a close pitch. That was fouled off. 2-2. Gas. Goodness gracious.
A couple of plays we're speaking of, and this is, I think, the one that maybe was brought up again. Late block there by Omar Santos. And then a nice play here. Landed on top of it, seeing that Santos went onto the ball. He was steamrolled there by Mark Reynolds. And these Diamondbacks are down by a pair. That's 2 runs at the plate. Ouch.
Ryan Roberts took every ounce of that right off the ankle. So he'll take his time, see if everything still works. Looks like it does. Usually those dastardly pitchers, Darren, after a hitter does something like that, they'll come right back inside with a fastball and try to make you do it again. Not very nice of them.
Let's see if he does bury it in. He did with the breaking ball, though. No intent there.
This Stokes throws hard, doesn't he? Saw him in New York. We're seeing him here. He's consistent. 93 to 97 miles an hour with the fastball.
Three and 1 the count. Got to get a base runner on in front of Mark Reynolds. He's seen Stokes. He got Stokes in New York. There's your base runner. Roberts fires that bat away. He gets ready to move up 90 feet to first. And here is Mark Reynolds. This, of course, at Citi Field. You talk about knowing it. That ball up over the Discount Furniture side in left field. The longest in Citi Field history. Pitch is high. The 1-0 to mark. Bouncing ball. There's one. Good hard slide. They still got two. Reynolds rolls into a double play. Is on. Back here at Chase Field, Mark McClune, Mark Grace,
Yes.
Darren Sutton, and all of you at home. And Daniel Schlereth, you see the work he has done in the big leagues this year, in the minor leagues. In Mobile, very solid work. 21 appearances, an ERA of 1.01, 26 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 39 strikeouts down in Double-A in the Southern League. Didn't give up many hits, did walk 16, so command is what he's trying to iron out.
Well, the first batter he sees and is recalled from Double-A Mobile is David Wright. David Wright hitting .324 on the season. A couple more hits here this afternoon.
So the left-hander out of the University of Arizona. Good fastball, big breaking ball. Goes to work with that breaking ball and it misses high. 1-0 the count. "23 years old, Daniel Robert Schlereth. One and one the count. David Wright this year hitting .429 against left-handed pitchers.
My goodness.
.295 against righties. Good pitch, Topper can't get there. Steven barehanded ball into the dugout it goes.
That'll probably be a base hit and an error. Nice breaking ball there. It gets past Schlereth. The bare hand. He just doesn't get a grip on it. And throws it past Weitzel at first base. So the Mets trying to add on here.
Now time is called, and they're gonna come out and check on David Wright. Something that they didn't see that was up to par. Let's see what we see here.
See anything there. He reached to the groin. And that's what happened. Probably that last step there before he hit the bag, stretching it out.
Yeah, they can't afford that.
I was going to say they've already got enough stars on the disabled list. The last thing they need now is their best player to go on it as well.
Guys that all had big years last year. That one is a mile high and up and into the seats. And these are the guys we're talking about. Jose Reyes, Carlos Beltran, Carlos Delgado, just to name a few.
That's a lot of production not around.
Fastball is in. 1-1 the count to Reed. Picked on a breaking ball. Nice bunt. We just guided the bend on that pitch home. And runner moves up to third as Reynolds and Wright stand next to one another. Catch up again. They will intentionally walk Jeff Francoeur.
Trying to set up a double play. Unfortunately, they're setting up a double play for a guy that's got 3 hits this afternoon. That's Fernando Tatis.
These Mets on back home. Off day tomorrow, then the Giants, a 4-gamer. You know, the Mets played the Diamondbacks in a wraparound series. That must be the New York way. Get a team in from out west and let them stay through Monday.
And probably give them a rock solid night game to send them back home with on Monday, I would imagine.
You saw kind of the first and third little hook 'em horns there. Yep, night game Monday.
Good to see they're consistent.
One and 0 the count. 13 rolled into double plays for Fernando Tatis. The highest total on the Mets. Two and 0 the count. All right, come on, Gracie.
I've been moping around here all afternoon. This is one of those games, Darren's just kind of.
I don't know how you spell that, but that is really accurate.
Yeah, it's just not a whole lot of ebb and flow to it. Not a lot of strikes being thrown.
The 2-1. Threw him a change up there. 2-2 the count. To him another changeup. It's strike 3.
That'll score the run. Tatis will be out because first base was occupied, but another wild pitch. That's 105 on the day.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Big breaking ball. You get the swing and miss. And Miguel just can't corral it. Kind of turns sideways.
Meantime, back east, teams are starting to take the field for their night games. Getting ready to go to work in Atlanta, Florida. All those great towns like Boston and Cleveland. Good luck to all the teams and competitors.
I'm sure they would have loved to see the ending of this ball game before they went out and took the field.
They tried to hang in there.
Yeah, they did. Nope, game time.
The 1-1. 2-1 the count. Now, of course, if you're watching the re-air, disregard what I'm telling you, but the re-air, if you're watching the live telecast, is scheduled to start at 4. What happens is when you trickle over, that kind of messes with the space-time continuum. Popped up into right field. With a slide, Trent Fulton is there to make the play for the out. Kind of a flux capacitor, I guess, sort of thing.
Huh?
Take on the San Antonio Silver Stars this Saturday at 9:30, only on Fox Sports Arizona. For Frankie Rodriguez, K-Rod, it's been a tough go of it of late. 2 total innings in his last 3 outings and 7 earned runs allowed. Gerardo Parra takes a fastball that is away. 6-3 the score. Since July the 1st, K-Rod has an ERA of nearly 9, 8.78. That's in 14 appearances. 1-1 the count. Boy, prior to that, his first 36 games, his ERA just over 1. Check to swing. Ryan will have to go. Look to make make a barehanded play. And then, excuse me, single for Parra.
There's just nothing Wright could have done, even if he comes up with it clean. 3 more hits here this afternoon for Gerardo Parra. He just chops it right off the plate. The Diamondbacks off to a good start here. They're going to need to get a couple other fellas on base here to do any damage.
Well, Parra with that hit has his average now up to 295. Here's Alex Romero. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Alex has hit in 8 of his last 9. 14 hits during that span, a .438 average.
He just got buckled by a breaking ball there.
All the kids joining in. School's back in session, trying to get the rally going. Take a win back to school tomorrow. That one is fouled off. Don't forget 80s, of course. 80s night, Saturday night. There you go. The 0-2.
Change up, swung on and missed. That's a nasty change up. Big arm swing, and it just never gets there. No chance there for Alex Romero.
Steven.
That's the pitch you got to hit. That first pitch, get me over fastball. Steven had the right idea. He took a good rip at it, but he couldn't do anything with it. So now he's going to have to deal with some breaking balls and change-ups as well as that good fastball.
Throwing his fastball a lot more this year. His changeup a lot more as well. There's that breaking ball. And the count is 1-1. A.J. Hinch ejected for arguing with manager Mike Everett after John Roush had been tossed. Kirk Gibson, bench coach, running this club. The 1-1.
Another breaking ball. That's why you got to try to take care of that first pitch, get me over fastball. Because the off-speed stuff from Rodriguez is just devastating. And he put away Alex Romero with the changeup last batter. Let's see if he throws it here for a put away to Stephen Drew. Missed with the fastball.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count. And just about 3.5 hours old. The 2-2. Stephen Drew, line drive, center field with a slide. And the play is made out there by Sullivan. Hit it hard, but Sullivan managed to get there.
First baseman Josh Whiteside.
Ball had some sink on it. And the D-backs down to their last out.
It is Josh Weitzel, 6-3 the score. Runner will move up. That's a called strike. Parra at second base now. No stolen base, defensive indifference. They're going to get together for a moment on the mound. Meantime, they're underway in Cleveland. First pitch has been thrown. Texas Rangers, Cleveland Indians. They've got things going.
And that's a night game, right?
Night game.
Yeah.
Well, big time change, obviously, to be fair. Fausto Carmona's going to work. The 0-1. Breaking ball, and that bounces in there. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Julio Bourbon actually was walked to start that game.
Was he? Now, why don't you just keep us posted?
Keep an eye on that?
Yeah, why not?
You know what? I'll do that.
I appreciate it. I'm sure the fans at home do as well.
1-1 the count. Trying to keep a close eye on everything. Two and 1 the count.
See, they're on their way, underway in Boston.
Oh, let's give that a look.
Big Josh Beckett letting it fly.
Josh Beckett,
down.
you're right. He threw strike 1 to Curtis Granderson. They're getting it going. Good call, Gracie.
Thank you.
The 2-1. Bouncing ball to the right side. It's not over yet. Chip Bale saying, come on down. The run will score. It is 6-4 and another big hit for Josh Weitzel.
That's his second RBI of the ball game. Takes a fastball and bounces it past Tatis and Cora. I'm sorry, that's Castillo at second base.
And now Miguel Montero.
Oh, why not?
Oh, I'm with you, my friend. We've come this far.
Yeah, we might as well tie it up here and get us some tacos. That would be big league.
Here's Miguel Montero. Hot shot, foul ball.
So they're trying to pick on that first pitch fastball from Rodriguez.
The Australian wonder waits on deck. Trent Olchin, 0 for 5 today. Came in 12 for 24 in his first 5 games.
Change up and a dandy.
Yeah, there was a time, you could just go back a couple of seasons where he rarely, if ever, threw it. If he'd throw 20 pitches, you'd be lucky if you saw 1. He throws it a lot now. That's a good pitch.
It's an awesome pitch.
No balls and 2 strikes.
There it is again. Ball game.
So the New York Mets, in a game that was grinding and at times painful. Well, it's not painful when you win. A series win for these Diamondbacks, but a frustrating chance today. 6-4.